Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Justin Riley.
And I'm Jessa Jeremiah, and we are cozy as pie.
Comfy and cozy.
I don't know if pie is cozy.
I don't. That you just made that up, just
Sure
off the
did.
top. So.
Sure did. I always have food on the brain, as we were discussing earlier.
We're at Rubens Furniture, and we're going to be talking with J.J. Johnson later on in the show. He's one of our favorite guests. He's going to be talking about design elements and how the interior design aspect to your furniture buying experience here is actually complementary.
Yes, they'll even come to your home
Yes.
and give you a third eye, which I think is just so important.
Yeah.
And we're
cool.
also going to be chatting about, gosh, there's so many folks out there, families that struggle with helping their children with math. I think sometimes one of the toughest topics for kids and for parents in terms of helping out. So Mathnasium of Madison is going to tell us exactly how they can help you with that.
Yeah, it'll be a great segment, and we'll also be joined by Cyborg Lowry from Madison Geeks. They're a great partner of ours on Girl Talk, but she's joining us on Wisconsin Family today. She's going to talk about ways that technology can actually help parents to be parents.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to that, and that's coming up right after the break, right here on Wisconsin Family.
'Cause every day is a new day.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Family, and we are on location at Rubens Furniture, downtown Madison. We're
Yes.
excited to be there. And as you can probably tell, next up we're going to talk about fishing. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about technology with Madison Geeks, and we're joined now by Cyborg Lowry. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
So we've enjoyed having Kalal come on Girl Talk for the his first season. You guys are coming back for another season of Girl Talk, so we're really excited about
Yes.
that, and we're excited
Yes.
to have you here on Wisconsin
I
Family.
finally get to wear the glasses. I've been waiting for this
I haven't
moment.
haven't gotten to wear them yet
I
either.
know.
Not on camera anyway. On broadcast TV. But
I
anyway.
love them.
But were you going to talk to us a little bit about some ways that technology can help families and help parents? So talk to us a little bit about some ways that technology can actually help parents to parent.
I have found that while, yes, technology can produce a lot of challenges with regard to parenting, because there are so many fun things that you can do,
Right.
and lots of ways to get in trouble with technology.
Right.
It can actually be a real asset if it's utilized properly and you find the right tools.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's talk a little bit about that, because there's a lot of monitoring programs out there that people, may or may not know how to utilize or how to get them started, but there's options and there's filters available. So how do you know what are maybe the user-friendly ones or the best ones to use?
I tend to be kind of a geek when it comes to researching pretty much anything I find
You're
myself
supposed to.
interested in.
Yeah.
And I was definitely that when I was looking for a way to monitor my children's engagement with technology. And it was a long process and it was very frustrating. And so fortunately we can help you to not have to go through that frustrating process by providing you with some tips and tools. Ultimately, two of my favorites that I ended up working with my children was Net Nanny.
Okay.
Which a lot of people know that name because they've won a lot of awards, and also kidsemail.org.
Kidsemail.org. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so those are some good ones. Yeah, it can be a challenge to sort of navigate that world as a parent if you're not really tech savvy. But the scary thing about that, or the challenge would maybe be a better way to put it, is that your kids probably are pretty tech savvy.
Right. Yeah.
So you
More
really
so
need,
than we are,
you need to jump
unfortunately.
on board and figure out how to
Yeah.
kind of monitor and navigate that while they're learning and surfing the net.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that Madison Geeks, I think one of your taglines is "all the geeks you need."
Yes.
So obviously, you are the go-to place for technology, geeks, anything that you want to learn about computers. So tell us a little bit more about the geeks services that can be provided for parents.
Definitely. Well, we are all parents. The administration at Madison Geeks, Kalel has 2 little boys. I have 3 children of my own, and so we understand the challenges that technology can bring. And we really like to focus on and to recommend to parents 3 things: monitoring, regulating, and engaging. And so we can provide education to parents to help them have the best tools available, and also to take advantage of the onboard mechanisms with each of their individual devices that are provided as parental controls. And every single device has something different.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we've got, for example, a desktop, a Mac, a laptop, and a Kindle Fire.
Sure.
And so trying to figure out all of the different things
Right.
to use with those. Kindle Fire, I just found out, has a neat tool allowing you to not allow the child to do anything on the Kindle until they have read for a specific amount of time.
Oh, wow.
I was pretty excited to
that's a
discover that.
So
great
use it for what it was
feature.
invented
Yes.
for, in other words.
Believe it or not. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. We spoke in the beginning about monitoring your child's activity, but you mentioned regulating. What does that look like for a parent?
So for regulating, what we mean is to provide reasonable boundaries for time restrictions and times of day that you want your child to be using or not using technology.
Okay.
And so some of those onboard tools that we talked about that are with pretty much every device that you can get. That's something that Madison Geeks, we like to work with parents to teach them how to set those up in the way that they want them. And you can set up profiles for each child so that, you know, your older children can have different privileges than your younger children.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
And you guys really are a family-friendly company because you
Yes.
are encouraging people, hey, yeah, we work in technology, it's our lives, but limit your child's use of technology too. You know,
Right.
regulate that. So before we go really quick, are there any other programs or applications that you find useful in this endeavor?
Yes, I do. And I'll be posting a bunch of other tips and tricks on our blog. And last little thing, definitely engage with your children.
Yeah.
Learn how to play their games
Sure.
with them. Make it so that it's not always just mom and dad's restricting it, but make
Sure.
it fun and learn to enjoy technology with your children.
Learn to enjoy technology. Well, Cyborg Lowry, thank you so much for joining
you.
us today. Cy joined us from Madison Geeks Incorporated. You can check them out on Girl Talk all this season. And when we come back, we'll be talking math right here on Wisconsin Family. Stick around.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are here at Rubens Furniture downtown Madison, and we are having a lovely time so far.
Lovely time.
We're gonna-
Exquisite even.
Exquisite time. In a little bit, we're really excited to chat with JJ again about some design, and we look forward to that. That'll be in just a moment. Right now, if you're one of the many parents whose children are struggling with math, I know many of you out there, we have a solution for you. This is Scott Zedek, who joins us from Mathnasium of Madison, and we are so pleased to have you.
Good morning, glad to be here.
This is a great topic to tackle because there are so many parents out there who aren't really sure how to help their kids with math, sometimes a tough subject. So talk a little bit about Mathnasium and how you're able to determine these individual child's math learning needs, really.
Well, at Mathnasium, we have a proprietary system that first starts with a very thorough math skills assessment. From that assessment, we're able to determine for every individual child 2 very important things. First, what they know about math, but perhaps secondly, more importantly, what they don't know about math.
Yes.
And then once we target that, understand that, we build a curriculum that's very much customized and individualized around that student's needs. And so when the students come to the center, we work on the math skills that they don't possess currently.
I think that's great that you mentioned the customization because that's one thing that's really challenging for students to get in school. The lesson is really taught to be understood by a group, and students have individual needs.
They really do. And you talked a little bit about how you're able to determine what kids' needs, but I want to kind of back up just for a minute and ask, why do you think so many kids struggle with math?
Well, math is a cumulative subject, and what I mean by that is before a student can master math skill X, Y, Z, they have to have a sound fundamental understanding of math skill A, B, C.
Right.
And since children learn at such significantly different speeds, kids who get behind early, and there are quite a few of them, have trouble catching up. Because in schools today, with classrooms of 20 to 25 people, teachers teach to the middle. And that's not a knock on teachers, but they're really forced by the environment to teach to the middle. So the kids who are a little bit ahead are always a little bit bored, and we address that. The 4, 5, 6 kids in that classroom of 25 people that are behind, you know, stay behind unless there's some sort of intervention or introduction to additional work, and that's what we provide at Mathnasium.
And I think that's really interesting to note that Mathnasium is not just a place where kids who are, not, below level go. It's for kids who are above level as well, and they want to get some extra help and keep at that level.
Absolutely. We provide the challenges that a normal school curriculum can't. So for the advanced students, we can challenge them even further, and really, the advanced students just thrive in Mathnasium.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's talk a little bit about, kind of the combination here of the school training and what you can do at Mathnasium. Are you able to actually help students with their homework, or, for example, if they're preparing for a test?
Homework is one of those subjects that when I talk to parents causes the most stress, because the way math is taught in schools today is completely different than the way most parents learn. So there's a tremendous disconnect. We're able to bridge that gap, so we encourage children to bring their homework into the center, and we'll help them with that along with our Mathnasium curriculum. So the combination of two really helps students get through their school studies much more effectively than would be otherwise.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and who are the tutors that you hire? Who are the students actually working with?
That's one of the joys about my business. When I was doing research and marketing research for the Madison market, I was very surprised to find that the University of Wisconsin-Madison has one of the top 10 math college programs in the country. Oh, wow. So right down the street, I have access to some of the finest math minds in the country. And these kids are full of energy, full of excitement, and they really relate, quite frankly, much better to the younger students than, maybe people my age.
Right, right.
I think that's wonderful to utilize such a great resource, like you said, right down the street. And you mentioned for the students that it's more fun for them. Possibly they may have a better understanding or relationship. Do they enjoy it? I mean, do you think the students actually can enjoy math?
As hard to believe as it sounds, yes, absolutely. For the kids who are advanced, obviously they thrive because we're able to challenge them. Yeah. But for the kids who are behind, kids who are behind don't hate math. They hate not understanding math. Yes. They hate being frustrated by math. And when they come to Mathnasium, we're able to, in very short order, give them a skill that they didn't have before. So confidence builds almost immediately. And with that confidence, they're able to go forward and more effectively handle the math challenges they find.
That's so true about not understanding it and how that affects your ability to enjoy something, and what an incredible transformation and feeling for a child who might be struggling to finally sort of start getting it. I mean, talk about enjoyable. What a great feeling and confidence builder.
And to contrast that, I think that if students are way ahead of their middle of the road peers, I think that's not enjoyable either.
Correct.
You get bored doing that.
Yep.
So, Scott, I'm curious to know exactly what got you involved, what interested you in getting involved with Mathnasium.
Well, when my son was in the 3rd grade, my son Zach, we were surprised when his teacher told us that he was a half a grade behind in math. And so we, in a panic like most parents would be upon hearing that news for the first time, we really sought out a lot of different solutions. And we found Mathnasium. And after 6 months of attending Mathnasium, my son regained the ground he was lost. He was 6 months behind. He's been going to Mathnasium now for a little over a year, and he's a 4th grader now doing 5th and 6th grade level math. And he comes home, he wants to do his math homework first. So when I saw this, I said, my gosh, I got to be able to bring this to other kids. And since there wasn't a Mathnasium already in Madison, I came up here as fast as I could and opened one up.
I love it. Personal testimony. Well, thank you so much. This is Scott Zedek, owner of Mathnasium of Madison. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
As promised, when we return, JJ of Rubens will be with us here on Wisconsin Family.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Family, and this is the moment we've been waiting for in our show today. We are here at Rubens Furniture downtown, and we will be talking with J.J. Johnson.
Yes.
interior designer.
Yes,
Welcome.
I
Thanks
am.
for having us.
Well, welcome. Welcome to Rubens this morning. Thank
Yeah.
you very
Thank you.
much.
Yeah, we
No
love.
kidding. We look forward to interviewing you. We have so much fun with you.
Yeah, it's a blast. It's a blast. So, for folks who have not been to Rubens for a while, let's start with a little refresher course. How many floors of furniture do you have here?
Well, I prefer it. How many galleries do we have?
Okay.
Okay, so on the main floor,
Okay.
we have 4 galleries,
right.
okay, which shows different samples of selections that we work with from the different companies that we
Yeah.
work with, because we really can't show everything that we do, but we try to show as many options that are available to us.
Sure.
So on the main floor, we have 4 galleries. Then we have the loft upstairs, which is on our 2nd floor.
Okay.
And then we have, we don't do basements, we do lower levels.
Sure.
So in the lower level, we're featuring our Caligaris line, which is a nice Italian line, and then an office line called BDI. And then we also have our bedding down there. So if you
Okay.
ever want to come in, take a snooze, you're more than welcome to.
Take a little after lunch nap. We were just talking about food before we started, so lunch is on the brain. But JJ, okay, so tell viewers at home a little bit about, other than just what they can expect to see, but sort of the different, sort of feels of the different galleries as you move from lower level up to 2nd floor.
Well, we used to have a clearance center in Monona, and so our 2nd floor has kind of taken that place.
Okay.
Where you can get some very good values on in-stock type of merchandise
Yes.
that maybe was overly ordered or ordered by mistake, or there's always an oops in life, which makes life interesting. So we put that up in our loft area.
And it's beautiful items, so
really
make
is,
no
yeah.
mistake.
It
These
is.
are
It's not like it's a second choice or anything
No,
like that.
Right.
So you can, but you can get some very good deals.
Yeah.
And that makes the loft very exciting. And then the lower level, if you're really more into an Italian contemporary look for like dining chairs and bedroom suites, the Caligaris company is something that we feature downstairs in our lower level
We were
because of
so
that.
impressed by that line. We filmed
Yeah.
down there one day, and what a beautiful line of items.
Yeah. it
Very
was.
nice and clean. And of course, in Europe, things have to be much more efficient. So to see these tables that just look like a nice, beautiful table, but that it can expand,
Yes.
it's just amazing
Yeah.
to see how they've designed that so it doesn't look like an extension table.
Absolutely.
So you have such a wide variety of products here, and you really, as far as what's available visually here, it's only a fraction of what you really have available.
Really,
here at
just a
Rubens.
fraction. I mean, people come here to expect to see contemporary, but a lot of people are also expecting to see something different.
Right.
So we do carry almost every type of look or style of furniture that is out there on the market that we can create for you. Depending upon what fabrics or wood choices or anything like that.
Sure.
So you're not limited by any particular line. It's not like coming into a store and saying, this is all that we carry from this one company. We have about 50 different companies to work with.
Wow.
So these are really almost just examples of a much grander scheme of items that people can have.
Correct, like the piece that you're sitting on, it's available on about 60 different colors of leather on it.
Wow.
Plus, it could be ordered in many different types of configurations. It could also be ordered as a sleeper. I mean, a lot of different options by just looking at one piece.
60
incredible.
different colors?
Yes.
I didn't know
Yes.
there were 60 different colors.
We'll
Well,
tell you about
that's
it
blue is
after
one of
the
them.
show. Yeah.
Blue is one of
Starting
them.
Blue is one of them, all right.
We'll discuss those later. We'll fill Justin in.
All right, yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about some newness, really. I mean, you have such a beautiful showroom here, so many options available for people to come and shop and learn about. How often do you get new products on the floor for people to look at?
Well, we try to create for each new season new looks that are going to be current or that's being introduced into the market. So you're not just looking at things from the past seasons, but we're always changing the showroom floor around to be updated with what's available. We do have sales reps that come in here to go through all of our samples to let us know what isn't available any longer. And we try to keep current with all of that. But as far as making it exciting, I think every month we bring something new in on the showroom floor to feature.
Absolutely.
And speaking of new, spring, believe it or not, folks, is here. We are in
here.
spring. So what's coming up this spring? What's going to be new? What can we expect to see here at Rubens?
Well, color would be one thing. I think you're going to see that people are willing and wanting to work with more colors in their life. They've decided to make a commitment to their home and commit to having color in their life.
Yeah.
So versus just staying with what I call builder beige.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that more companies are coming out with colorful fabrics that can be utilized.
Builder beige. I've never heard that before. Did you coin that phrase?
Well, I'm old enough, I probably did, yeah.
Well, I think that's true though, because that so often is, you know, the case of people, they tend to kind of move into a place or get comfortable with those neutrals. I'm obviously guilty of that exact thing. And you kind of need to work sometimes outside of your comfort zone, but then when you get there, that's something you can help people with, is how to work those in appropriately so it's not over the top and it really works for you.
Well, that's the one nice thing about coming to Rubens versus other furniture stores, is the fact that all the people that work here are qualified interior designers, and we're able to give you guidance of what to incorporate into your home, not just for what's in style at the moment, but what's in style for your lifestyle and for your home environment. So by going past the builder beige look and committing to some color that are your colors, colors that make you feel good, things that you like to surround yourself with.
Right.
That way it's never going to be dated, because it's something about you and your personalities that
Yes.
live in the home.
One thing you said to us last time we spoke with you was part of your job is to help people feel at home in their home. And that really stuck with me, because that's so different and unique for each individual person. And that's part of what you do here, is offer those design services so that they get to find the furniture that they love, but then ultimately feel at home in their space. And I want to talk real briefly before we go that your design services are complimentary for folks who are looking for furniture.
Yes, they are, which is another
That's
unique
incredible.
approach here at Rubens, and we've been doing that for years. It's not just an afterthought, but it's
Right.
just something, because we have lots of people that come in, they've been in other stores, and we're just looking, you know,
Right, right.
okay, that's wonderful. What are you looking for?
Yeah.
You know, what are your options? What are your dreams? You
Yeah.
know, what is it, that specific item? Have you seen it in your mind or in a page or
Right.
something? And if they bring that in, if they can bring us as many tools as possible to come into the store, pictures of their home, and then we can help direct them. Some people don't feel comfortable with us coming to the home, but that is part of our service, is that we go to your home. We see what you're seeing. And it's always, I always say, it's nice to have that third eye type of an effect,
Yeah.
to come into your home and to be objective, you know. And from there, we can make it so much easier for you to shop, to find that thing that you're looking for, or things.
All complimentary. That's incredible. That's
Yes,
great.
there's no charge for
That's
that.
great. JJ Johnson, always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure talking with
Yes.
you.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
We've been here on location at Rubens Furniture downtown, and we've had a fun time today, but that's
have.
all the time we have
That's
for
it.
Wisconsin
Yeah,
Family.
gotta
So
go.
we'll see you next time.
Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take